Hello friends, how are you? Welcome back to the channel, Junior of a Classic VW Bug. And as you can see, I'm actually working a little bit with Harley's engine. Harley came with a upright engine which is not period correct to a 73. This normally has a pancake engine. I believe is the 1.7, the Porsche style. But we are going to see what we can do with this engine. We're trying to make this a runner. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around to show you some of the parts that are missing. So it's missing the distributor, which I have a good one, and I have an old one, which is a vacuum advance that I'm going to test here. I'm not sure of what is the current status of the old one vacuum advance that I have, but I'm going to go ahead and try that. We got a carburetor, so we're going to try that as well. And we are missing the coil. I do not have wires, so I won't be able to test it. But so far, this is what we are doing. Recently, I power washed this area here and got it to look, pretty decent. At least it's, somehow in a fashion that I feel comfortable getting in and out here. I have an idea that I am entertaining, but I don't know if that's going to work or not, but this is my thought process, and I'll just share with you to see what do you think about it. You can comment in the section below, but I have to replace this rear apron here, and I was thinking, I wonder if I can actually replace this one here for one that it's like the 71 style, which is removable. Or if not, I think that I may entertain the idea to, when I purchase the actual period correct one, fabricate some kind of a bracket that I can make it removable so that it would be easy to work with the engine for the bus. Being a upright engine, not being period correct, I can see that I'm gonna have to do something to keep the engine cool, so I may have to fabricate some kind of a temporary tin around here. So we'll see what we can do about that. It looks like at some point a person who did the conversion to the upright type also attempted to do the proper conversion by trying to install the period correct mustache bar for a 68 to a 71 style. And looking at this block right here, it looks like that's a universal block. I don't see a number in it right there. I could be wrong, but at least it already has the tabs right there for the mustache bar. So I'm going to try to do that. If I don't find a mustache bar to purchase it from the marketplace or from one of our Volkswagen Fest, I'll probably fabricate a piece for that. I have some 2x2 steel tube that I can probably use to make a bar to go down here in the bottom, and maybe some brackets with some gussets to attach to here. So we'll see. But anyway, the engine currently it's installed on the transmission, and it looks pretty sturdy. So kind of like when you install a engine to a Volkswagen, and this is a dual port, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make this a runner and install any of the tins that are missing. I may have a spare tin around here to go here and here, we'll see. But anyway, as I'm tinkering with this here, I'm gonna see if I can get it to run. I also have a spare pump that if that one does not work, just replace that. For now, I'm just gonna tinker with whatever parts I have new or used and decide if I'm gonna keep this engine here, then I'll maybe just overhaul it. We'll see, I'm not sure yet, but that's the thought process. So let me go ahead and pause the camera right here. So this is the vacuum advance distributor that I have. I had this in a spare part box that I had in the back, and I'm gonna see if it works. If it works, then I'll just recondition it and make it look nice. I got the cap right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean the points and clean the rotor and clean this in here and give it a test and see if it works. Okay, so I installed the distributor. This is an all vacuum advanced. One of the good things that I have learned today about this engine is that it actually turns. You can see that. Pretty loose. It turns really easy. So let's bring this to top dead center. And that right there should be top dead center. And that little mark right there. I have to buy some wires. I don't have any wires, and it's getting dark. It's almost 8 p.m. I don't know the condition of that carburetor. Looks like maybe with some TLC might just work, so I'll probably just spray some WD-40 for now and see if it breaks it loose. I'm gonna try to pull some hoses out of my spare parts and replace some of these here. Like maybe I'll replace this one right here for a new one, and I have also this here I can replace for this here. Ideally this should have a piece of tubing like this, sort of like in a upside down J, but for now I'll just connect a hose directly to here. And I don't know what is the condition of this pump here, but I have a spare one, and again I'm just going to try to get it started, see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for tonight. Tomorrow I'll come back and pick up where I left, but so far at least I have that install. I need to find the support to hold the coil. I was under the impression I had one, but I might have to use whatever I had when I actually assembled Casper's engine back so a few weeks ago. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. I'll come back tomorrow. Hey, hello friends, it's another day, and today we are going to remove the spark plugs and clean them and see if we can still reuse those or if we have to purchase new ones. The goal is to see if I can get it to run, and if that's the case, then we're going to be using this engine for now. So let's go ahead and get wrenching. Okay, let's see what that looks like. They actually look pretty decent. I'm just going to clean that, make sure we have the right gap. Okay, so I cleaned that one. I cleaned the treads. I cleaned the tip right there with a piece of sandpaper. So it's just a matter of repeating the same step in all four. I'll bring it back when I'm done. Okay, so everything was going fine until I got to that spark plug number 1. I'm afraid that it's missing the spark plug. I actually found a piece of bone. This piece of bone was actually in that opening where the spark plug goes. And I might have a feeling that there might be water inside the motor. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna see if I can use the GoPro to reach in there and see if I can see anything in there. I don't know how long that has been sitting like that, and although water was not getting in there at the time that I picked the bus, this past few days I've been working with water and watching stuff here. Maybe I don't have much water in there. What's the worst thing that can happen? That I have to take the engine out and open it and overhaul it, and maybe a quick oil change might just fix it. So let's not give up our hopes and see what's going on. So I'm gonna have to find a spark plug for that, and I'm not feeling much compression on this, so maybe I might need some rings, some new rings for my pistons as well. So we'll see. Not giving up my hopes yet, but eventually I will have to remove the engine out so I can clean this here and spray paint it, make it look nice. That's gonna put me to a stop right now. I went and got a brand new set of spark plugs and a brand new set of spark plug wires here at the local auto parts store. So we're just gonna go ahead and work with that. I'm still missing the bracket that supports the coil against the fan shroud tin. So I may have one, I don't recall, but I think I do. So I have to go back into my shed and look into my spare part box and see if perhaps there is one there. I'm pretty sure there's got to be one somewhere in there. Worst case scenario, I'll just go and order another one, and that'll be it. I'm gonna go ahead and now, and just to make sure that everything is fine and that the threads in the spark number 1 are good, I'm gonna use one of the old spark plugs to see if it threads in easy. Let's try this. Okay. So let's try with the socket. It looks like it's going in easy, so we might just be fine. I'm just gonna go in and out a couple of times to clean the threads. It looks like it's going in easy, so at least that's a relief. Sometimes the threads they get cross threaded, and we wouldn't want that. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. So that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that spark plug there for tonight. I'm going to take out the socket. And I'm going to get a paper towel and cover this hole right here, because I got one from there out. And I do not want to install the new spark plugs until I actually am ready to install the wires, to make sure that they are protected. For now, and cover that hole right there, just like so. So no critters feel like they have a need to crawl in there. So we got that there. So I'm just going to cut it short here and then do a second part for the engine. So I appreciate your support. If this is the first time that you're watching my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Junior with Classic VW Bucks. Junior out.